All right, this is the Last Supper. Gracias.
Right on.
Cheers, mate.
Yep.
We've just come back to the hotel, leaving in the morning, so we're having the Last Supper now. Enjoy this nice steak, bottle of red, have a bit crack, and then we're going to go and find a spot over there. And Wazza has politely offered us to give us a podcast. It's going to be my very first podcast. And Wazza's going to put his story out there. He's going to let it all out. It's all coming from the heart.
I don't know personally, I don't know who is going to be interested, but there's a lot of people watching a lot of things on the internet these days. And I'm doing it for my own personal benefit.
Honestly,
I've been in that many courthouses. I haven't been, with the life I lived, I haven't been able to speak in a courthouse. It's not right, you know what I mean? You're on one side of the fence or you're on the other in my eyes. And I've done a little bits and bobs in jail because I can't fucking speak. But I can. I'm not in a courthouse
look
tonight.
at them new shiny teeth. We've been waiting to do this podcast because he's got them new shiny teeth in him. But anyway, no, I really appreciate it, mate. It's been amazing to see you.
You're fucking brother, man.
Alright, it's been amazing to see you. And your story is good and people will listen to it, mate, because it's a good story, I know it is.
Am I going to waste the first bite of these new teeth on a crisp, or am I going to wait for the steak? The first bite. We gotta wait for the steak, wouldn't you?
No, I can't help it because I'm starving, but yeah, that was it. Podcasts are amazing. I love podcasts. You give people a chance to express themselves and to release for people, man. Let it out. It's amazing. I think podcasts are going to the future. Everybody's going to be having podcasts these days. They're becoming really, really popular. I love them. I want to be a podcaster. I will be a podcaster.
And this is going to be the first one, so it might not be as good as the rest of them, but we're going to enjoy ourselves. I know that.
We're just going to talk for an hour.
After a bottle of red.
And let it all out.
Everything will be said.
We'll see you later over there. The ROLLIN Podcast episode 1 coming right up.
Yeah, man.
Right, mate. This is episode 1 of the ROLLIN Podcast with Warren Rose, my very good friend since we were, 18, 19-year-old. I knew you before that.
But we weren't close.
We weren't close. I'd seen you around, cheeky little teenager school boy.
I think the tab runs brought us together. Dave?
It was before that. But anyway, here he is. Thank you very much for coming on, mate. We're finishing. It's our last trip. It's our last night of this 1 week trip. And here's the podcast. Let's go back and start from the beginning, though. Let's start from your childhood. Hettenley Hall. We both come from the village.
Hettenley Hall, God's country, as we know it.
Yeah. A little tiny pitting village where both of our parents are from. Well, are your parents from there?
Aye.
How was your childhood, mate?
Childhood, fucking good upbringing, me.
Parents, mum and dad.
I was brought up in a fucking boxing gym. My dad had the boxing gym in the village, didn't he? So all my memories was like people like you know, Finchy and everyone else. I was just a little shit.
I can remember going to your dad's boxing club.
Well, you were at the dad's, but everyone, my dad taught everyone boxing.
Easington Lane.
He's a good man. Well, he had the Easington Lane, then he had the boys' club.
I never went to the boys' club. I went to Easington Lane one. Didn't last long. I was shit.
So getting brought up in a boxing gym, you do learn morals, principles, a bit of respect, but the afterlife sort of took that away from us, you know.
Do you reckon it's the village and where you're from?
Nah, it's the people I was with. Couldn't even fuck up. The place is beautiful. Hetton is a beautiful countryside. It's the people I was with and the things I was doing. Simple as that.
Because you've had a good upbringing, good childhood, and I have as well from my mum and dad. Fairly council estate.
But you make your own decisions, you make your own choices, you make your own fucking mistakes, mate. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. It's character building, Dave. Character building. You know.
So good childhood.
Good childhood.
Made it through school?
Barely. I spelled fudge. I got F-U-D-G-E on my record. I spelled fudge on my record. Now I'm happy with that, Dave. Now I'm happy with that. If I can get F-U-D-G-E and spell fudge, it's a fucking success. You know what I mean? It's a success. But it went tits up. Like, I was a good kid, you know. Went tits up with the drugs.
Right, all right. We'll jump like. I can remember when you were in concrete, weren't you? And like what's it called?
I was on the concrete. I was in the concrete squad.
I never knew you then. I never knocked about with you then.
I was in the concrete squad
before you got into the scrap metal.
To be honest with you, Dave, I'll tell you the truth here. The reason I quit that job, right, is because of you. That's why. Listen, I was on the phone to you, and you were made 480, 580 pounds, and you were in the house by dinner time. And I was on an apprenticeship, 110 pound a week, and I had to work there for 9 hours a day. And there was one day, pissing down my rain, I had to dig a trench. I was digging this fucking trench out, 4 foot deep, about 10 foot long, and you were just on your way back home, made 5 or something. And I thought, and I rang my mother, it's on the scrap, yeah, I rang my mum and I said, Mum, could you lend us £1,000? From what for? I says, because I need to change my job, I need a truck. I lent the £1,000 that weekend and quit my job. Bought an LDV Sherpa.
Remember it? I can remember it. What colour was it? Red?
Red back body, white fucking car. Beauty she was. The dipstick was rusty and she still never flickered.
By the way, let's talk about scrap metal and like how it's like massive in our area. I think it's the biggest area.
If you don't collect scrap or sell stuff, fuck you got now.
Scrap metal.
Council estates, innit, Dave? The life of a council estate these days.
It's still going now, and I tell you what.
If you don't sell stuff and fight that life, or if you're not a scrap man, there's nothing there for you in a council estate.
Do you know what it is, mate? It's them scrap metal years were some of the best years of my life.
Oh yeah, man.
Absolutely loved it.
Loved every minute.
Apart from the arrests and
even the laws,
even the police,
even the police and the lockups, mate. It made you.
Did like I learned a lot. Do you know what I learned a lot from the scrap metal? The hustle. That's where I learned to hustle, mate.
Well, we've learned a lot more hustling since we've been in Istanbul, Dave.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto where we are now. We're currently still in Istanbul, in the hotel. I'll show you around in a bit where you've seen it on the thing. What am I talking about? But anyway, yeah, where were we? I scrap metal. So you quit your job in the concrete.
Got a truck, never look back. Never look back. Never look back. You're using your head. I had good savings. I was doing well, and like I say, the drugs, mate. The drugs was my downfall. Over the years,
how old are you when you got the drugs?
Couldn't like I say, it's been that long. It's
smoking weed early on.
Oh, weed's fucking not a drug, mate. Weed is not a drug. I'm talking about cocaine, mate. I'm talking about heavy cocaine abuse. Like I'm talking sniffing quarters off a table for fun. As soon as the quarters are gone, you're ordering more. Like this is abuse, mate. Smoking the odd joint isn't a drug. It's not a drug. Like.
But that's where you started.
So it's
just like me.
On the session, P-car, the block.
The block.
You know?
It's a unique, special place where we're from, like, I don't care what you say.
It is.
It really is.
Listen, it's had some, right, what my dad's always said, it's had some brilliant fighters in the gym. And it's had some naughty drug addicts, mate. Serious.
I've seen everything in that village.
Aye. And that's daily. It's a fight for survival in that place.
I've never lived there for 10 years. Obviously, I moved to France, you know that. I shouldn't be talking to that, should I? I should be talking to you constantly. I'm learning, we're first. Yeah. Cheers.
Yamas.
Anyway, so where did all right, it's a scrap metal. So you got your Sherpa truck.
Got my Sherpa.
But then when was it how long did you have the truck until you started working with me, scrapping with me?
I'm sure it was about a year. I had that truck for about a year.
What happened? Did you lose the truck?
Oh, I lost that truck every fucking week. Right. It was costing us $160 a week to get it out from the recovery place. I just got a bit on top and it was fucking one of them. I ended up jumping in with you whilst I saved money to get me the truck. I just didn't leave. You got that well, Dave. It was fucking brilliant. Yeah, I wouldn't have changed any minute for the world. The amount of mornings I used to have to bray you out of bed. You would drop the key out the window. I would let myself in. I'd come upstairs and you'd hold the bed, the headboard. You would hold the headboard whilst I'm pulling your leg. I'm yanking you to try and get you out. I would spend that many hours watching fucking Jeremy Kyle and the aftercare team. Like, oh, mate.
I remember them times I was shit at getting up. I'm still shit at getting up now.
But I'm still doing it with the lad I was scrapping with just months ago, you know. I'm used to it, Dave. I'm used to it. But things went a bit west. It went downhill. Well,
it's hard to hold on to your driving licence as a scrap man, isn't it?
Unless you do it right.
Do you know what I mean? The police
nail
you to the ground.
These days I do it right.
I was forever in court, mate. It was like Tuesdays, wasn't it? It was Tuesdays at court, Sunderland court, it was just regular. Tuesday mornings, just prepare for court. Wasn't it though? Wasn't it? I'll have Macalindon's head like that. And when the solicitor, and he didn't get us off with anything, and I had a hold of the solicitor's head like,
shaking his fucking head. Macalindon. I came out the toilet and you were like this, and his little hair was going like a fucking peacock.
It was a good sport, wasn't it? It was good sport. But anyway, so scrap years, me and you scrapping together for a few years. We were banging to partying. Banging to coke,
listen, mate.
Drink.
Eddie,
What about...
I've seen you crawl from one room to another, slide yourself on your belly, just to sniff a line out of the kitchen on the plate, on the floor.
What drug we're talking about here?
We're talking about Buble.
MCAT.
The old MCAT.
That was nasty stuff, wasn't it?
Nasty, mate. Your eyes used to flicker, your jaw would be going.
I was smiling now as if it was good, but it was looking back.
Because you've got to. It was in the past. You got to look back. You can't regret now. You can't regret fucking. However, let's be fair.
No regrets whatsoever.
That's why you're fucking smiling then.
No regrets whatsoever. But the MCAT days were fucking. It was only around for about 2-3 years, wasn't it? And them two years were a blur to me. A blur. It would start on a Thursday, finish on a Sunday. That was minimum a week, 3 days. Your toes would stink. Your body would stink.
Oh, you would need 2 saunas a week just to get the sweat out, yeah, like cat piss. Awful stuff, awful. But it's the cocaine one got me, Dave. The cocaine had me in the loop for 13 years, you know. Messed me head up massively. It took us a year and a half of being clean to even get close to seeing straight. I am happy now. I don't even see 8:30. I can't even watch the 9 o'clock film. I'm in bed by 8:30. Don't get us wrong, I've got fucking blades and weapons in every square inch of my fucking house because I'm paranoid of the past, you know. But
you've done a lot of things since I left. So obviously we parted ways. Basically, I left England. I've managed to
about 10 years ago. It
was 2015.
You had to get away, Dave. You were
2015. So yeah,
it's when the scrapyards were paying cash, and you unfortunately owed every scrapman money. So when
every drug dealer money,
which was a scrapman.
Wow.
So when you were in the scrapyard, you would be getting paid £500-600 a day cash, and you would have to pay it out there. And then because the men know you had it, you were getting paid in front of them. You know, you hadn't escaped.
Some days were like that, yeah, for sure. I was a dick.
Most.
Definitely through the midway of that time.
You needed off. You know this yourself.
The reason I stopped the scrap was because of the licensing and all that, and
the licenses fuck out.
I stopped.
I still got one now.
I went back to plastering about a year before I came to France because of the police, because of the licensing and all that.
It's just the way of doing it.
But so let's go to that part then. Let's go. So I'd left. The party years were done. Me and you doing whatever we were doing all over north east of England. We're all over.
And I'll tell you something now. If I remember rightly, that village was pretty damn quiet when you fucked off.
Was it?
It was pretty damn quiet, mate.
It was a massive place in my heart.
I didn't know
all my best friends, all my best friends
Nobby,
still there.
Braden, and a lot of us got there. Fucking hell, the guys, even Coxon and fucking everyone else. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, it was all my best mates are still there. Do you know what I mean? It's my life. I've hold that for because my arm's killing.
Oh, your arm's killing.
I've
lifted the fucking microphone.
Right, so let's go to that part then. So I'd left for France. I'd just scraped the job in France. Managed to get there, not a penny in my pocket. But this is not about me, it's about you. I'd left.
Oh.
What the fuck happened to you when I left? Because I can remember you weren't in that much trouble when I left. You weren't. You were all right, you know what I mean? You had bits in trouble, but it wasn't that bad.
Over the time.
I'd left and all I heard was stories about you.
Right, well, put it this way.
And then
it took us about 15 years to realise that you can't find a friend in a drug addict. Right, now, I'm only as good as the man beside us, Dave. Right, if I'm sitting with a drinker, I'll have a glass of wine.
Should have another bottle of wine.
If I'm sitting with a cokehead, I'll have a line of fucking powder. If I'm sitting with a stoner, get the skins out, mate. We'll roll a joint. Sooner enough, in my life, I was worried in case I was sat with smackheads or crackheads. I had to listen, mate.
Which we've both done.
But it's regrettable. We did with better people, like. It's just brutal, Dave. It's brutal.
I want to say one thing about that because I find that massively important, mate. I watch these cocaine recovery podcasts all the time, right? They say they're never your mates. But the thing is...
No, they want the powder.
No. The thing is, well, they were.
Oh,
these were the most part.
Yeah,
I would say 80%
right. Yes, in that village.
Of the people we were knocking about with.
We're our friends, no, we're cokeheads. Yes, but you've got to think.
We're our friends.
Right.
People say.
Because you're just talking about that village. I've lived in about 14, 15 different villages and I've looked for cokeheads as friends. All they want is me powder. The way I was living, the things I was doing.
Well, let's get onto this. So
Nah. I've lived in Washington, I've lived in Sunderland, I've lived in Berwick, I've lived in Middlesbrough, I've lived in Darlington, I've lived in fucking Blythe, I've lived in Bedlington, you fucking name it. North East of England, Chester Street, Stanley, Concert, Seaham, Southampton, you fucking name it, I've lived there, mate. And I've met no but rats.
Where's that mic? That's there. It's good. Right. That's all right. Yeah. Yeah, you have. You've been all over the northeast of England, haven't you? And Scotland, like you just said. I mean, all right. Take us. Right. Why don't? Do you want to talk about your son?
Aye, that was a big loss.
You don't have to.
Fucking talk about it, you know what I mean? It's a big loss.
How old's your son now?
Well, you were around when I had my son, Dave.
I met your son. I met
Alfie.
Alfie.
Of course. Everyone met my son in the village, you know.
That's what I'm saying. When I left, I can't remember, you were still going with the mother?
I was sort of seeing the mother, but...
You were on and off for the mother when I left.
Again, just coming into a cocaine addiction, I thought I wasn't addicted, I was still just partying, and all I wanted to do was chase that high, and I completely stayed away from my son. Before I know it, 2-3 years has passed, I'm still partying, and that sounds wrong, this, but it's how it happened, mate. You don't see things the way it is. Like, I wake up in the morning, I'm rough off the sniff. I've got plenty of sniff there, I just continue sniffing, mate. And that happened for years. It happened for years, Dave. Like, before I know it, the band's mum's remarried, changed the name, and she's, I don't know.
You bumped into the son not long ago,
I bumped into him outside of a shop, outside of a shop in South Shields. I was scrapping, I was collecting scrap. And the lad who was working for us, he was in the shop, and all I heard was, Dad. I looked over, and a little boy, about 10, 12-year-old with glasses. I didn't recognise him, mate. I didn't fucking recognise him. Last time I seen him, he was 4 years old, you know. And he went, Dad, it's Alfie. He ran over the road, jumped in the truck. He was a cuddle, and he was crying. He was saying, I missed you, Dad, where have you been? And I was just on talking to him, and the mother came out the shop. She ran directly to the truck and got a hold of him, tried to drag him out, and he was holding the steering wheel. And he was screaming, Mum, why, just let us see him, let me see, let's talk to him. I got pissed off. Again, I fucking got the mother out the truck, and I spoke to him a minute. I said, look, Alfie, I fucking love you. I always have loved you. But me and your mum are like this, we don't get on. We hate each other. Just be say, come and see us when you're ready. Sore subject, but I could have done better, Dave, a lot better. I could have been a dad, you know, and I spunk that up the wall, mate.
Still a chance?
There's no chance, not fair. Not fair. Like I say, a lot of regrets, you know. A lot of regrets. One thing I don't regret, is that Crown Court. They asked me to speak up in Crown Court. I was locked up for
What about, what's this got to do with the kid?
Stabbing this. I was locked up for it. This is what I don't regret, Dave. One thing I don't regret. I've got a lot of regrets in life. The drugs, missing my son, growing up, a lot. Everybody I've hurt, everybody I've fucked over. Everything I've done, feed my own habit. And everyone else is around us, you know. I wasn't just myself. I had fucking 10 fucking crackheads around us, you know. But I found myself in Crown Court on an attempted murder charge. I had 4 stab wounds on us. There was a stripper from Sunderland. I was seeing her at the time. I came home one night, 7 o'clock in the morning, and you know when the football's playing, the World Cup, and everyone hangs the England flags out the windows? Well, it was like that. But only it wasn't England flags, it was Stone Island jeans with one leg left on. Right, Dave? All my designer clothes were hanging out the window. I walked down the driveway, my Prada was smashed, my steroids were smashed, blah, my passport was cut up. That woman abused my fucking life just because I went for a party with someone, you know. So anyway, next thing you know...
What happened at the party?
There's a little bit of a situation, dude. But I came back. There was no aggression on us, mate. There was nothing out. She could have given us me stuff and told us to fuck off, and I would have given her a cuddle before I left. Right, that woman there, when I braid on the door, that woman opened the door with a long kitchen knife like this, mate. A long, thin kitchen knife like that. Wasn't one of these big motherfucking... Yeah, it was a long, thin kitchen knife, right? She fucking stabbed us 4 times, mate. I got stabbed 4 times. You've seen it yourself.
Seen them all.
Right. I only got 3 stab wounds. But the 4th one, is the one on the palm of my hand. You can see that, aye? Now, it's the fourth one. She went for my face. I caught the blade, mate. I quickly grabbed the blade and I twisted her fucking arm around like that to get the blade. I got the blade. I held her ponytail. I put it on her neck. And I'm screaming, you're going to fucking kill us. The holes were pumping the blood, mate. And all she done was pushed her neck on the fucking knife, mate. I managed to stop her completely cutting her own fucking throat. She had a paper cut. A fucking paper cut, mate. A paper cut. I was fucking pouring the blood like a watering can, like a stabbed up watering can, mate. I was pissing out. So the first thing I done, I shouldn't have done this. This was one a little bit minor regret. Because it was summer, people were out in the gardens cutting grass, and they were hearing everything. I quickly slapped her to shut her up and knock her out. Right, now this woman was knocked out on the floor with a knife beside her and a paper cut. I ran out the garden, I jumped in my truck, and I set for the A1. On the way up the A1, I was not going to go to Sunderland Hospital, I wanted to go to Newcastle Hospital. I had my vest off, I had my vest around my hands to stop the blood, and I had loads of bits and bobs. Somebody I had in the truck was trying to hold pressure on the wounds. I was driving as fast as I could to get up this fucking hospital. I got T-packed off armed response. At gunpoint, in the middle of the A1, Dave. Fucking, there's been a phone call that I've turned up at a door with a knife and I've stabbed somebody up, I've cut her throat. Now that is a major thing to say, you know, like, for me to turn up, I've had a lot of fights, mate, I've had quite a lot of fights in my time, and I have never once thought about picking a knife up. I've went and fought people, you know what I'm talking about here, Dave. I've went and fought people who's actually used swords and used machetes on us, and I've fought them with my fucking hands, mate. For me to pick...
Street fighter.
For me to pick a fucking blade up on a 5'2" stripper. Come on, mate, I'll be fucking... And she would have more than a paper cut, but she's not. Away.
You went to jail for this, didn't you?
Well, what happened was, the forensics came back off the knife. The only blood on the knife was mine, because it was a paper cut, wasn't deep enough to bleed. The only blood on the knife was mine, the only fingerprints were hers, and the knife was found in her possession. I could have denied it all, or I could have told the story, but because of the way I've lived through the drugs and the addiction and the hustling, and you just shut your fucking mouth, don't you, Dave? I'm not going to fucking speak with a judge. Anyway.
So you didn't put a statement
Did I fuck no statement off me, mate? You never get a statement off me. I'll do life, mate. I'll not fucking put a statement. I'm mad. That's why I'm talking right now, mate. That's why I'm talking right now, exactly what happened. I ain't no fucking evil scrap, man. Are you mental?
That's the
there's
thing.
Little old ladies.
We're going to get. Let's get onto that now. So the Chronicle dubbed you as the evil scrap man.
Not just the Chronicle. Not just the Chronicle. It's all over Facebooks. It's all over this. All over me. Evil scrap man. Evil scrap man. Dave, you've known me for so many years, and you've seen us go crazy. But that was in purpose. I've had reasons for this, and sometimes maybe it's not. But evil. Am I evil?
You're not an evil man. I honestly think the Chronicle went way over the
It's
top
to
of
sell
your
a fucking story, mate.
It
Would you not?
definitely is, mate.
Would you not?
I think it's horrible to call somebody an evil man. Don't get us wrong. That's what they were told through a statement or whatever. I don't know. It's not for me to say.
Well.
To call you an evil, I wouldn't say you're an evil man.
The judge asked in court to say your piece, say your part. I declined. I gave him my name, my date of birth, blah blah blah, me normal details. I kept my mouth shut. Now, because of the forensics, he said, because of her story and the forensics didn't add up, and the cuts, they knew about the cuts, but I wouldn't speak of them. The judge gave us one more chance to speak, and I didn't. And he said, look, Mr. Rose, I want to do a plea deal with you. We're not going to do you for attempted murder, because it's clearly more to this than meets the eye. But if you plead guilty to a fray with a bladed article, we'll give you 16 months in jail, no more, no less. Me, I was a little bit devastated, disappointed, because I'm doing 16 months for fuck all. But I kept my mouth shut. Now that's the fucking main part for me, mate. I kept my mouth shut. Done me 16 months, got out. And I was a much better man after that. The friends that I met in jail, the people, the stories, and the experience.
Was this your first? Because you've done 2 stints.
Oh, that was me first. The attempted murder was me first, mate.
Right. Oh, and talk to us about prison.
Prison?
I want prison story.
Listen, my friend, prison.
Because I can tell you about my little jail story.
He did a 9 stretch.
I did a 9.
He did 9 days.
I did a 9 in Durham.
Stretch.
Well, I'm going to do my story one day on another podcast.
Dave, prison's full of good men doing bad things, right? You've got bad people in jail. Majority of them are good
Talk to
lads.
us about the first 24 hours of prison from walking through the gates, because that's what I find the most interesting. Because I shit myself.
Well, I'll tell you now, the first 24 hours in jail was full of adrenaline. I was bouncing. I got my first pad, mate.
What prison was it?
Yeah, well, now in the northeast of England, everyone gets put in Durham for 10 days. Or if you're on remand, you get put in there until sentence. And then you get dispersed into different jails. It's a holding jail.
So you went to Durham.
I was in Durham first. I was to start my 16 month. It was unfortunate because my 16 month on my first sentence actually ran concurrent with all the lockdown. So I was in full lockdown, mate. I didn't really see jail until my second time.
So you did call. You did.
I done full lockdown in jail.
Did you?
Why I?
I did.
People were topping themselves left, right, and centre, man.
Brother.
All they were doing, all the jails do is give you a comfy computer chair to sit on and a phone to ring your family. A phone what they charge you £1 a minute or something and fucking rob you blind, you know. When I went back on my second sentence, the comfy chairs were gone, but the phones that made them a fortune were still on the fucking wall.
Smoking ban in jail.
Smoking ban, you're on vapes now, mate. You're on vapes. You're on vapes. There is no smoking in jail.
First 24 hours, were you scared, truthfully?
No, I wasn't scared.
Truthfully?
I'll tell you.
Tell me you didn't have any fear when you were first went to jail.
Not one bit of fucking fear, mate. Come on. Not one bit of fear.
Seriously?
Not one bit of fear. Not one bit of fear. I've told you the only things I'm scared of is sharks and cocaine. Simple as that. There's not one bit of fear in jail.
Honestly, I shit myself.
Because you're that much of an outgoing character. You're a funny man, Dave. You're a laughable guy. You know. You can't be in there.
9 stretch.
But you got to think. Hey, listen. You got to think. I was ready for it. I had fucking months and months and months to prepare. I had thousands of pounds put away for when I got out. I knew I was happy. I knew I was safe.
Did you have teeth and hair and lips at this time?
I had everything then.
All right.
Barely the hair.
Get out of that. So, all right. And so you're in jail. You've met some friends for life in there. Did you have any issues in jail? Any fights?
There was plenty of fights.
Any stabbings?
Plenty of fights, but not with me. Not with me. Everybody, every single man and his dog got on with me.
Were you running the wing?
No. I just got on with everybody.
You pointing the finger.
In jail, if you try to be somebody you're not, you're gonna get fucked. And I'm not that man. I am not the big old fucking hard case fucking lunatic nutter. Even though they do say I'm an evil scrap man. I'm not. I just got on with everybody. I'd go around a convicted murderer who's blew 2 people's heads off with a shotgun, been in there 32 years. I would go around his fucking pad every morning for a Kenko coffee and sit and read the paper with him. I would have my little posts, you know. I would have my little places. I'd be playing football. I'd be doing this. I'd be doing that. I'd be going to the gym with a certain person. I'd be doing education with somebody else. I'd be training with a group of lads on the yard. I was a type of lad who got on with every cunt, mate. I get on with people, you know. Why have enemies when you can have friends, Dave? Especially in jail, because some cunt will pay very little money to get you slashed up or
first cell, were you with somebody?
First cell, I got put straight in with a good lad, from Middlesbrough. Do you want
to give him a shout out?
Called Austin Moore. If you ever hear this, brother.
Austin Moore, first paddy, first celly. Aye.
First celly.
Where did you used to jerk off?
Yeah.
And shit, did you have buckets?
Sorry about this, mate. I used to wait till he fell asleep, mate. I was on top bunk, aye.
No.
So I mean, making sure he's...
No, why I asked this?
And every time he moves...
Anybody talking about
listen, every time he moves, I'll be... And then when you hear that heavy breathing again, ooh.
Oh, I held out, mate. Right, I'm just going to quickly tell my jail story. I had 9 days, right? And one of them days, this is when Jeremy Kyle was on. And I was gutted because we used to go on association in the morning. And it affected the Jeremy Kyle hours. So one morning, I stayed back and I got to watch the full Jeremy Kyle episode and jerk off. So that was
Did you jerk off to Jeremy Kyle?
One of the clients.
You missed the birth of your son because you were at a rave. Can you remember that episode? It wasn't Graham in the aftercare team.
How long was your first sentence?
16 months.
16 full months you served behind
No. I don't know. I'm 8 and 9 months, and then I got out.
8-9 months for attempted murder.
No, they dropped it. Okay, not if you forgetting.
Oh, they dropped it to. Fishing without a license.
They dropped it there. Afraid with the blade article.
Jaywalking. Right, so we're smoking on it, right?
Myself from the drug addicts. Distance myself from the women who were dragging us down, because I've heard over my life, women and drugs are my only downfall. Get rid of the drugs, get rid of the women, and you'll have a cushy life. I find myself in bed by 8:30 with my little puppy Labrador. Like, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I go for a walk with her. I put her back. I do my gym for 5, and I'm at work for 6.
We'll get on to that. So
Right.
you're in jail. You're doing 9 months. You'd served your 9 months. How old were you?
Fucking hell, dude.
What year was it when you went away? It was COVID, yeah? 2019, 20?
My head's mashed, mate. I've been in fucking
It was
session
COVID.
for
It
years.
was around
now.
2000. I tell you what it is, because this is what happened. This girl in question came skiing.
Oh, we actually brought her to France to see you.
You brought her to France, right? And by the way, I thought she was really nice.
She was lovely. She was lovely. And we did enjoy that. How long were we there? 10 days or something?
It wasn't that long, 3-4 days.
Was that
That's all it
all?
was.
Well, it was lovely. It was lovely. But previous to this stabbing,
Came skiing, she was skiing away, stayed at my house. We had a fucking good time, I thought. Went out drinking, went out partying, skiing, whatever. Took us back to the airport, done. And about a year later, I get a phone call, was he in jail? He stabbed her up.
yeah. A week previous to this stabbing, my friend, I don't want to name him, but you know who you are. He dropped me off because I was stopping there. I was staying there. Anyway, she asked us to give me flat up. I was planning on going in the army, sort myself out. The army
wouldn't have you.
The army wouldn't have us because of my criminal conviction, so that went tits up. Anyway, so I carried on being a criminal. And my friend dropped us off one night. I finished work. I only been for a couple of pints in the local pub, pension mine. Anyway, my friend dropped us off there, and he waited outside for a couple of minutes until in case I couldn't get in. She wasn't answering her phone. I've knocked on the door, and when she answered the door, she had a knife then. This was a week before she actually got us with a knife. Now, I didn't know this until a couple of months ago when I forgot about it. Until he said, was her? She tried to stab me when I was there. She chased it. So she was already handy with a knife, before that. But it's one of them. It is what it is. Listen, I shouldn't have been in a relationship with a stripper. Who the fuck love a stripper who doesn't love herself?
Have you got anything to share? Any apologies? Are you sorry? Or what's the crack here? Because obviously you were saying to me earlier.
Yes, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I caused you stress, but nothing to do with the stabbing. No, I didn't deserve it. At first,
because was there kids there when you went there?
No, kids weren't there.
So
there was no kids there. There was no kids. It was
not
7
that it matters.
It was 7 o'clock in the morning, Dave. She was on her own, cutting my shit up drunk. Right, now listen, mate. If the kids were there, she's drunk.
Whoa, I'm not taking sides here. I'm just wondering what was going on.
What I'm trying to say is, right, I did do things to cause her stress. Yes, I did. Right, now, this is how it was. When you first start seeing a stripper, get in, lads. I've got a little stripper on the go. 6 months down the line,
paranoia sets in.
Not paranoia, the feelings kick in. I start having feelings. From Monday to Thursday, this woman was a housewoman. She had the kids, tea on the table. I was coming from work, tea on the table. From Friday to Sunday,
beans on toast?
She said she was someone else.
She was someone else. Anyway, we're going to move on from this negative talk. He knows what's happened. He sent an apology. He's done his service. He served his time.
I'm not fucking sorry for no stabbing. I'm sorry for the stress I caused her. But the stress doesn't cause a kitchen knife to get brought in the equation, surely. And then, 5, 6, 7 years later, I'm down still as an evil scrapman on the
9 months later, you get released. What do you do with yourself?
Oh, what did I do with myself? I got delivered from Northumberland jail to a crack den.
And you got dived straight into the...
I had to remain at this crack den for my licence. I wasn't allowed to stay nowhere else. I wasn't allowed to go nowhere else. And it was a pure crack den, in Stanley. In Stanley, Dave.
Were you smoking it?
No. Nah.
Sniffing it?
Oh, I sniffed plenty of it, yeah. Plenty I had that much about. It was on tap when I was getting 4.5. I was getting 4.5, so it was out.
So, all right. So then you did another sentence, didn't you? You did a smaller one after that.
Right, so the long sentence I was on, I was in for obviously 9 months. It's not long compared to some of my friends, But for me, my first sentence, 9 months, I was that keen to get out. All I wanted to do was hit the session again. So when I found myself on a driving offence, I got caught drug driving 3 times. Carried on the party, drug driving 3 times, out on drops or whatever you want to call it. I done 12 weeks. 12 weeks, I got a 3-year ban and 12 weeks in jail for drug driving. Now that 12 weeks was just short enough to focus. I knew there was only 12 weeks. Now, remember when you're at school, the 6 weeks holidays? The flyover. There was only 2 of them to do, mate. That's the way I seen it. So I used that to train, eat, get clean. And I got out, mate, with a different mentality, completely. Now, people say the short ones fuck you up. They don't. the long one got me. Because I was in that long, I was wanting to get out, I was too eager, you know. But the short one, I used it to my benefit. And I knew off the first one, when I got out of jail and I only had a crack den to go to, I knew I had to get somewhere else. So when I got out of jail on the second one, I instantly moved away to Newcastle. I found a little house. I got my little dog. I spent the last year and a half furnishing it, cleaning it, painting it, and I've got me job, I've got my dog, I've got my house, I've got no woman.
Well, let's before we get into the lovely little Labrador and the nice house and the relaxing, legitimate lifestyle you're living now, wind back to the pit bull that you had. And
oh fuck! Well, that was just out of no. That was out of the second jail. Yeah. So
you got out of your second jail sentence. So you had lips, you had teeth, and you had hair.
Yeah.
How?
Well, barely the hair, dude. Barely the hair.
How did you lose your teeth, your lips, and your hair?
So it was not long after I got out. It was Christmas morning. I got out on November the 25th, exactly a month before Christmas. Now, on Christmas morning, I would like to say I come downstairs, but it was a bungalow, Dave.
Yeah.
I went into the sitting room where my dog was. I went to give him a kiss, and he snacked, took both of my lips clean off my face.
What dog was this?
It was a blue pit bull. I trained him. I got him when I was doing a bit dodgy stuff to protect. He was a guard dog, you know. He used to go out in the driver's cars. He used to do whatever he had to do, and he was good. I trained him. He was a fucking killer, mate. He was on Dianabol when I got him. He was fucked, mate. Trust us, this dog was...
We'll get some pictures. We'll put them up.
He's savage dog. Now, when I came out of that life and I changed my mentality to a normal, happy life, no violence, I thought I had a fucking family dog. That dog was still programmed to fucking savage, mate. And I went down to give him a kiss and bang. Both of my lips were on the floor with my moustache. And I mean, there was a big circle hole in my mouth. The dog actually got one and ate it. The other one, you can upload the photos if you want, Dave.
I'll upload the photos so you can see the lips. I've seen it.
So I was off work for 3 months and I didn't leave the house for 3 months. Big scabs and my lips healing.
Top lip, bottom lip gone.
Gone.
Just give him a close up.
Well, it's been plastic surgery now, dude.
Plastic surgery, but obviously he's got the new shiny teeth.
I'm sorry, wife's don't do it. Justice don't do it. Hey, anyway, so it was about a 3 month past. 3 months past. 3 months past.
Can we not at least talk about how the fuck that felt? Getting mauled of a pit bull.
Didn't fucking... Listen, mate, I'll tell you the truth. It hurt much more giving the dog away. It hurt much more getting rid of that dog, right, than what it did actually
one clean
bang. Done, just.
So
done.
You went to give it a kiss and went...
Bang. One done. Split second. Done.
Scissor, boom.
As quick as that, Dave. Done. Right now, basically, 3 months after, I went back to work, and I was at work for 2 days, and I was stripping a combi boiler. I'm stripping away with a big metal hammer, and the big chunk of brass is ricocheted up, bang, quarters in my front teeth, smashed 3 front teeth out.
Because the lips aren't covering your teeth?
Partially, but I think it would have knocked them out anyway, Dave, to be fair. It was a 2.5 kilo chunk of brass off a backseat fucking combi, you strip many of them. But I just hit it wrong, I'd done something wrong. One of them, freak fucking accident, touch wood, I hope, anyway. So, the only thing to hide your teeth is your lips. So I went for a year and a half with no front teeth and no lips on my face.
Listen.
And it was only 3 months ago, I went to plastic surgery in the RVI in Newcastle. They pulled the top lip down and they straightened all the bottom lip up. Personally, from the way it was.
You've done a good job, I think.
I think you can't really tell, mate. You can't really tell bar the lip faces down instead of, because I had a good set of dingy lips on us, you know what I mean? I had some darties lips on us, mate. I had good lips. But anyway,
they've done a very good job.
I put up with that anyways. But again, for all the shit and trouble I've caused people I've came across in my life, people I've just caused anger and pain for nothing, you know. I believe a bit karma's came at us, you know. I do, you know. So, it is what it is. It's done. But I got them fixed. So in time, I've gotten my lips.
So you had no lips, because I see in the pictures. Imagine that, though. Handsome cunt. You are, though.
Jeez, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that why you took me on a date tonight?
Especially now your new gnashes. But you always were.
New Nashes. Wait till this grows in,
Look
Dave.
at the new grill.
Wait till this grows in, bad boy.
But I can only imagine like that would absolutely take me to the bottom.
It did.
If I lost my lips, my teeth.
Listen,
Talk to us about
I'll
where
tell you
you
something.
were
Now.
in
It
your
didn't
head.
take me smile, but it took us to the bottom. It did. I was always smiling, even with no teeth and no lips. I still smile, mate. I was still smiling, but it was a killer. You know, you can't.
That's depressing.
You can't look at people. When I was going for food, you can't chew, you can't eat, you can't. I'm spitting things when I'm talking. I'm spitting them. It's not nice, you know. It's not. I was always took pride in myself. Doesn't matter how low I was on drugs. I always took pride in myself. I always went to the gym. I've always trained. I've always had nice clothes. I've always done been nice places. And this here, when I was, cause these lips got bit off and these teeth got smashed out after I stopped. After I stopped taking drugs. So the way I see it is, I've never been so clean, but never felt more like a junkie. It was brutal, Dave. Mm-hmm. Like all of them years of drug taking didn't change us one bit until I stopped. And then all of a sudden I look like a smackhead. Or feel like a smackhead. You know, it's weird, mate. It's fucking wrong. Karma came and got us bad, mate. Bad.
Well, you fucking paid your debt, mate. You paid your debt, you've done your jail, you've lost your lips, you lost your teeth. That's harsh. Life's threw it back at you. You're on the other side now.
On the other side, I'm on the clear.
You are?
I've got a good little life.
Alright, so enough of all the negativity, right? That's done. This is your bad past. Where are you now in life?
Where am I now?
Well, I know where you're like. You tell everyone where you're at.
Where am I
now? I love it. This is why I've come to see you.
Loving it.
Because I wouldn't have come to see you if you were still that wild cunt. I'll tell you that now, you know that. If you were still that lunatic, I probably would have.
You would have.
But you know what I mean? I'm glad to see you back on top of the game.
I train twice a day. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning without an alarm. I'm in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, tucked up with my little puppy.
Got a new Labrador.
Black Labrador, little bunny.
Pit bull.
Little bunny. She's fucking beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful.
So, all right, before we're going to finish up because it's nearly an hour. We're going to take it to an hour, and that's a good podcast.
Has that been an hour? I'm just getting started, Dave.
Oh, mate, carry on. We've got loads of time on this SD card.
Started. Hey, remember that, Dave? Where's he at? Clamming for another punter.
But that's it. So now you've eventually got your own little gaff, lovely little place to live, bedrooms, fucking nice.
I've got a gym in the house. I've got a walk-in wardrobe.
You love your home.
Nice
big
dining area, dining tables. I've never ate off a dining table since I was in fucking Hetton Comp.
But all you've done is live with other women around the northeast.
Because I've had to, Dave.
And couch surf.
I've had to. That's the drug life, mate. That's a drug life.
You've been bouncing from one place to the other. I mean, you've been stepped out.
Sometimes you upgrade, sometimes you downgrade.
So now you're smooth sailing. You found a good few mates up in Newcastle.
Oh, these bulletproof, these boys. These are bulletproof lads.
You surrounded yourself with good quality people.
Some of the lads I've been out in the past would want you at the top of the debt list. These wouldn't even have you on the list. That's the difference.
So you live and you're working with good people. You've got good people surrounded. You seem like you're in good spirits. It's amazing to see you. It's good to see you, mate. It really is. It really is. I honestly appreciate you doing all this. You've been an amazing sport. this last week, what we've just done, the vlog that we're going to put out and that, edit it all, put it all together. But there's no other turkey teeth vlogs like what you've done.
But even so, mate, I'm just happy I done it with you. It's like...
It's amazing.
I got my teeth, I got my hair, and I got a good experience with me pal, you know.
Exactly, it's been 7 years, and it was 2 or 3 days in that 7 years. Before that was Greece, which was your...
Oh no, that was another one.
You know what I mean?
We could go into that completely different. We spent a year in Greece. Me and you lived in Greece for 1 year, mate.
So
come on.
We hit Greece.
What we got up to in that year? Nowhere.
What we're going to do is, when I've got this ROLLIN podcast up and running, I'm going to do a tour through England. I'm going to go back and see him when he's got his full head of hair, John Travolta style. We're going to go up to Newcastle.
I don't know where John Travolta am. I don't know if I'm going to go John Travolta or Slick Back. I don't know yet.
Slick Back. I want to see the Beppe DeMarco beard.
Beppe DeMarco is out there.
Right. Yeah, so the next time we see each other, I'll be driving up there and we'll do another one. We'll do another pod.
In fact, I'm sure we've got a promise to do at mine one day.
We've got something lined up. Nothing illegal, though.
Nothing illegal.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. It's been amazing to see you. Love you to bits, brother. Always got your back. You've got a pure heart.
Evil Scrapman's flexible.
I don't care what anybody else says about you. I know who you are.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
And I'll make my decision. Not think about what anybody else says. I'll make my decision on you. Love you to bits. Cheers, bro. Yes, the Rolling Podcast episode. What it's done.